All right. Hello. Welcome to the quarterfinals Mappool showcase. I'll be your host for today. You already know me. I don't need any introduction. And with me is Sneeze. You can say hello.
Hello, chat. How are you all?
It is a fine morning, 12:21 a.m. This is the
All of the
golden.
night birds here. Good
All
morning,
right.
chat.
Let's not delay any further. Let's go straight
Sige, sige.
into the Mapple
All right.
showcase.
Yep. So for now, we're gonna head off to top eight, right, Kish? So give us a rundown. Is it gonna be first to five or first to seven?
Oh, for
What's
this
what's different
one,
from top eight, from
oh,
top 16?
uh, for for top eight, we're gonna have a first to six maps for the
All right. So
yeah
yeah,
first to
including
six,
tiebreakers, first to seven,
including
right?
tiebreaker. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So there will be
So
a total of 15 maps for this pool. Uh there's a new nomad coming in.
Ooh. So it's gonna be up until no month five, right?
Yep. And straight in, we're going to Nomad
Yeah.
1. We have Heaven's Fall, your favorite, your all-time
Usually
favorite.
consistency, right? Wow, this this replay guy kinda going crazy though. It's all right. We're kind of seeing a lot of these more denser patterns than the previous Nomad one.
But yeah, the difference of the Nomad 1 of was it like the last stage of R16 had a bit slower on the BPM. Well, not really much on like pattern wise, but for Nomad 1, we kinda just went with more denser patterns. Looking through
Yeah, I think
songs.
that's all right. Yeah, it's actually more fitting since previous Nomad one got pretty much banned for most of the time since due to probably the offhands and other certain patterns. But this one, I think I could see a few people actually letting this go through. But also in the chat, there Finby in the chat also there is still the losers bracket will be playing top eight as well, the top eight map pool as well.
You guys are not out yet. You have the second chance to bring it back.
Yeah, but also as well, we will have our elimination matches coming up next week. So for the competitors, be sure to prepare. You got one life left, so be sure to make it as strong as you can. But I do notice that a lot more of for NM1, it's actually pretty long. As much as we're talking, we do see about. We're just gonna reach halfway through. How long is this map exactly?
This map is actually pretty long. So it's sitting at 4 minutes and 8 seconds at 6 OD.
4 minutes, huh?
It's a 4-minute song at 200 BPM. So really
Yeah,
wants to test
this
your
is
SS capabilities like here on
yeah.
out.
A lot of consistency is gonna be up in check here. So yeah, we're gonna expect you're gonna expect a lot of simpler patterns, but the duration of this map is gonna be the what's gonna be the challenge for this. Sure, you're consistent, but how long can you be consistent? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Well, 4 minutes is the limit here. It's a non-TB 4 minute map. That's for sure.
Well, comparing from the last Nomad one, this has more linear patterns apart from not really
Mm.
much
No more
color.
offhands.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's nice, straightforward. But the density is something to notice for players that tend to focus more on single tapping. This might be a bit of a challenge too.
Mm-hmm. nothing more to comment on Nomad One
Yeah,
here.
me,
Just
I love my
very,
consistency maps.
just very linear.
But yeah, actually, what do you guys think? Why did you guys decide to choose on a rather long map though, instead of probably like 3 minutes, 2 minutes maps instead
Oh,
for the next battle?
it really doesn't matter in the length. For at least it has to be like at least 3 minutes or at the
Mm-hmm.
very most 4 minutes just to test on the focus. But this is pretty easy since it's already like quarterfinals. It's not really
Yeah,
uh mixed with other other what's it called, like
yeah.
other play styles.
There's not much gimmick to it. It's honestly consistency at its core, to say the least.
Yep, you could say that.
Sure, well, that's a good score here. Coming up, that's actually pretty fun. I can see a lot of people pick this map. But
Right.
oh, so this
We
one's
have
gonna be NM2, right?
this one's the speed fig sitting at 240 ppm.
A little higher from the usual 228 from the previous match, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure. It's 228,
Yeah, yeah.
226.
It's last round was 227.
I'm not sure. Just correct me in the chat here. But yeah, where I can definitely see the speed increase. But is there anything special in this map apart from it being a little faster though?
Compared to compared to the last song, like last Nomad 2 of last stage,
Yep, yep.
nothing really has changed apart from like transition SV, which is also
Alright.
like yeah, which is
Oh, yeah,
also like
I do see
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a lot more denser, and especially for maps like these, especially when it comes to like high VPM maps, the denser the patterns, the harder it gets. To say the least, like when you note like especially when it comes to like triple to five patterns, yeah, exactly that one where you see like 3 note patterns like come back to back. It puts a bit of a challenge for especially like no, like non full up players, non DDKK players. So you might see a few act drops when it comes to these certain patterns. And we see a lot of, actually this is actually a bit of a stamina check actually.
Certainly is. And I'll say this now before anything else. This is the, like SR wise, this is like the highest SR out of every pick on the pool.
Out of everything.
Out of everything.
Wait, how long is this map?
Yeah, it's just 2 minutes, 2.5.
Oh, it's just 2 minutes, alright.
Yeah, it's
I
just 2
thought
minutes.
it's gonna be another 4 minute map.
No, that'll be torture.
No, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play a 4 minute speed map. Ooh, that section though. Hello? 5 note patterns back to back? That's a 535 as well. Alright, this final Kia is gonna be a pretty cool challenge as well. For as well for the competitors who are currently watching right now, you'll note that this is completely different, as we're gonna see a lot of these 1000 combos coming back to back. So the previous matches don't really reach up to the 1000 notes, but after now we're gonna be seeing a lot of more consistency, more notes in general. It's a little bit harder, but this 1000 note barrier combo is gonna be a bit of a challenge as well.
Mm-hmm. And as you saying that, you're now going to Nomad 3. This
All
one's
right.
this one I could formally say that I formally apologize for this map because I am very evil
I
when I allow
already see
this.
the 1 3s and 1 6. Oh,
I
what
re
is this S3?
I really want to point out that I want to see the potential of tech in the remaining players. So we are
Yeah.
gonna test all of your all of your strengths this early in the stages.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, for those in the chat who know, Kish is normally normally known in the community as either the tech or the gimmick player. And seeing this, yeah, I can see Kish probably chose this map already from the start. We're already seeing 1-4s, 1-3s, and 1-6 and
Yeah,
1-4s
a mix of
all added.
everything tech. This is actually a custom.
To say
Yeah.
the least as well, the SV does not help. The SV
Yeah,
does
the
not
SV
help in
does
this
not
map.
help at all. This really need you really need to focus on
Yeah,
this
you
map.
probably have to practice this map.
Alright.
Uh,
With that, this is actually this is a custom by Nosdormo. It was made literally this day. Absolutely kudos
Oh
to him.
wow. Yeah, respect to the mapper as well. Is this a custom specifically for this ano? For this
Yes, for this
showcase?
stage. For this stage. For this showcase.
Okay. Bring out the big guns for the top 8. Alright, we see the finishers coming up on this section as well. Even patterns, 1-3s into 1-4s. Yeah, this is not an easy map. Given to say that Finby, the guy who did the replay here, is not even holding on an SS.
You gotta have to rush the
Yeah,
replays. Just
it's
kidding,
all
guys.
good. It's all good. And that just goes to show how difficult the map is in general. With a 1x100, that's amazing.
It's barely just 2 minutes for the map, so it's pretty quick
Yeah,
to
it's pretty
for a map.
quick as well. I kind of want to see how the competitors actually play this map too.
Yeah.
I don't.
All right.
I'm looking at you. Don't ban this map.
All right. This my favorite. This is my favorite house from Istanbul.
All right, so this is NM4. So tell me what's different with NM4 from top 16.
All right. Since
What's
we're
your-
getting
what's
a
your
new no
criteria?
mod. Yeah. This is since this is a new no mod. This will be your usual all-rounder pick, swing, or anything that does not fit in any of the picks at all, or like whatever
All right.
it is.
So
This
So
should be like
usually
your usually your EX pick from like other tournaments. You call this the EX pick, but for this one it's
So,
gonna
yeah.
be either of those three.
all right. So usually when on the previous tournament when NM1 is consistency, NM2 is speed, NM3 is tech, NM4 is gimmick. So for this one, the NM4 is gonna be the EX pick, right? Usually swing. It's not exactly tech, not exactly gimmick, but it stands in kind of like the middle side of everything, right?
Yep. Oh.
Oh yeah, and as we see, we're gonna actually see like a lot of swing patterns here. 1-4 usually 1-4 patterns coming up in like 1-3 1-3 time signatures.
Yeah, the SB makes it deceptive that it actually looks like a 1-4, but it's 1-3
Yeah,
in
but this
disguise.
actually 1-3, yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's actually pretty difficult to hit. Actually, pretty difficult to hit with the good accuracy, actually. So this is gonna be an OD6, if I believe.
Yep, this is in OD6.
All right, so yeah, for the competitors in the map, usually what came up in the previous tournament, we're running around in like 5.5 to 5 mil. But now we're gonna head off into normal ranked statistics with running in with the usual 6 OD. So for the high skill high star rating players, this is gonna be your usual day, normal Monday, Tuesday type of OD. But for the lower ranked players, this might be a bit of a challenge. This higher OD is gonna be a bit of a check of how well it can perform.
Yeah, alongside the high SV and low SV sections, this is how to really test your accuracy. Oh yeah, I think they already mentioned it that the score is not on V2 for some reason.
Wait, this is not on V2?
Damn, who do I have to blame
Let's
here?
skip.
God.
Nah, it's all good. Either way, it's the 1x100 gameplay here.
Just 1x100. It's not that much. You could be sitting at
No.
99.9,
How is it that the
998.
staffer not performing SSs on the second round? All right, it's gonna be NM4, NM3,
No, I don't see
NM4.
it. I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, moving on.
I already lost count. Sorry, chat. I kind of lost count already.
All right,
But
now
chat.
we're moving.
Also, I noticed that this is also your Oni. This is a custom
Yeah,
map,
this
or
it's not custom map. This was made like months or like a year ago already.
real. So this one's gonna be NM5 if I'm correct.
All right. Yep. This is no
So
mod 5
this is
for
so yeah. Usually the last when it comes to nomads, the last map is always tends to be gimmick. So you're gonna see a lot of these special SV changes, hidden notes, ninja sliders, or any
for this stage where this actually the stage where we really introduce the gimmicks now with the bar lines.
Yep. Oh, you already sold the bar lane gimmick though. Okay, let's see. So for now, we do see the double bar lines for the cats. So this is usually a good way to introduce these patterns. But here we go, as we are gonna reach the key eye section. And there we go. The hidden notes here. So you'll note that the Dawn hidden key eyes are a little bit less thicker than the cat key eyes. So as well as I'm kind of running this through blind, so if you guys would notice that these are actually large notes as well, so you will have to hit them with both keys.
It is a finisher after all in B2. You don't want to hit it with one.
So Kish, run me by like how you guys thought of using the finisher gimmick instead of anything else for the second round.
Now we want to introduce, since some of the players here already have a knack for gimmicks. I think this is like a good starter for introducing the gimmicks instead of like your usual memorization gimmick, because that one's pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
Like harder than your bar lines.
All of my friends love opening editor and trying to memorize the patterns. But yeah, that's gonna be NM5. Yeah. It's very sight readable in nature, but yeah, you probably have to practice it a few times before you can get better. And also, watching this streamer, this replay, I think he's kind of
It kind of missed on
not
the finisher.
not really touching the finishers, huh? Can't hit finishers, huh?
All right, now we're moving on to the hidden. This one's a custom by
Yeah.
Finn, Marble Blue
Ooh,
Chroma
all right.
remix.
Respect to Vinby here. So, Vinby, very well known as a not really exactly a hidden specialist, but more of a gimmick. But he loves playing hidden. So, if it's anything that what makes hidden good, he'll probably know how to do it. So, HD1 known to be as usually for consistency. Anyone can play, but for specialists, it's not exactly type of mod that you do for specialists. I do see a bit more density on it, apart from Hidden One from the previous top 16. So is this a hidden that's made for this tournament though?
Yeah, it is. It is a custom. So
yeah, that's actually pretty dense.
all right. So for comparison,
Oh,
in
singles?
the last stage,
Singles?
yeah, this has singles. Not really much like the stupid offbeats, but that goes into the key eye section if you want to keep up with that later on. But
Yeah.
overall, like the map, like overall generally is very consistent. It's just
But
more
yeah,
dense than the last round.
but this is actually low, a little bit let's say deceptive, Uh, usually the biggest problem what hidden players tend to experience is actually these uh non-dense patterns. The occasional singles that comes up every like long breaks are actually pretty difficult to play. And I did see a 1-3 there.
That is a 1-3, and that starts on the blue. That starts on the blue line.
That starts on the blue line too. Oh, yeah, for the non-mappers here, blue line tends to the blue line is described as usually an even note, so it comes in 1-4, so you blue notes come up at like 2-4s or 4-4s, or maybe the other way around. I'm not too sure.
The blue notes start at 3.
Oh,
So
never mind.
just
It's
at
in
the
the odd
very
note.
end after the.
So yeah, it's very well known to be very awkward to hit. So you have to practice this map. So no rest for the side readers. But yeah, the map itself is pretty dense actually. The ending with the finisher at the end as well. Oh, and also a jump scare final note as well. All right, HD1 looking pretty difficult to play. The SR difficulty actually kind of jumped up a whole tier for the players as well. We might expect something akin to a few A ranks and sometimes maybe even a B rank for some of the players as well. But for now, we're gonna head off to HD2.
Longest replay name in Alvary replay.
Replay node.
And this is a pick, not a custom, but we handpicked this song for
Yep.
this pick. Apparently from our playtesters, it has an offset like plus 13 for
Yeah.
some
So
ungodly reason.
yeah, usually tournaments kind of go by with those two. But for now, usually HD kind of comes and goes by usually with slow SV. So what's your thoughts on choosing this HD2? And oh my god, what is that
Yeah,
slow SV?
we're going slower. We're going slower. This one
Oh my
is a mix.
god. Is this harder than the no? Is this harder than the
Visually, this
qualifiers
is
HDs?
qualifies HD compared to this. It's not really. Or like, you can say like it's
It's
equally
close.
as hard.
It's close. Yeah,
Equally as hard.
that slow section is not easy to hit. Dude, I might see this as a permaban now.
Nah, man. I believe in our very professional HD players remaining in the top 8. Alright, a little fun fact about
Oh, here we
this
go.
for this as well.
Yeah.
This is alright, you know how last round has 4.2 SR? This one is 4.07. This one went lower.
Oh wow. So it's
SR.
technically easier, but
Technically easier, but visually it's very hard just because of
Yeah.
the OSV. You have to read them.
especially with earlier, like we kind of skipped over it, but there was a really slow section down in that map. And I usually play HD a lot, and I think I'd have a bit of difficulty playing this map. I wouldn't think I would have an FC on this.
Alright. So that's everything.
But for
Go
now,
ahead
that's
and
going to be SS. But it is luckily it's an SS for HD2. So
our first SS.
respect to the player, or honestly, maybe the map's too easy. I'm looking at you, HD and HD specialist. Be sure to pick this map. But for now, I think we're heading off to HR, right?
Yep, we're going to our second custom.
Mainit ang kanin. Palamigin natin.
Yan. Tara, mainit ang kanin. Palamigin natin. Alright, so this one's a
All
custom by
right, so
always Yukas.
yep. Also, I noticed that this SV is actually a little bit faster than the previous HR1. So what's the group's plan for this HR spec for HR1 specifically?
Not really much has changed in terms of like mechanics. This has like some slow SV parts, some high SV parts just to test the readings for HR1.
Mm-hmm.
But we the difference for this in the last stage is we bumped up the OD by a bit. Now it's 5.7. Then your last stage was like 5.5, and
Yep.
this has
So
1.6.
yeah. I did notice that earlier that there was some 1-3 patterns as well. So usually, HR1 is known to be the accuracy based HR. It's higher OD, but it's easier patterns. So it tests the skill when it comes to players that tend to have a lower UR rate. But this one kind of checks how well you are consistent with 1-3s and 1-4s and 1-6. So it's honestly a very, very good map when it comes to consistency. Sure, you're consistent, but how well can you be consistent with no, with BPM changes?
Maybe snapping changes.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, usually the overall differences on these maps are actually pretty scary, to say the least. And I do see some offhand patterns coming up, some DDD
Yeah,
KKKs.
just an
So
offhand 1-3.
for the players here who aren't really used to it, probably have to practice HR1.
Honestly,
I'm
just
kind of scared.
just don't
I'm
pick and single tap.
yeah, I'm kind of scared on how HR2 is gonna play. But
Just
for now,
single
that's
tap,
gonna
man.
be HR1 though. Pretty interesting map. Very cool.
Alright, now we're going through
The
HR2.
worst HR player ever with an SS on HR2.
Alright, this one is your third custom for this
Yep.
showcase.
Oh, another custom. All right. Also,
Another
Chad,
custom
I
map.
think the replay guy is kind of lying.
Is he really the worst
Is he really
player
the
ever?
worst HR player? Oh my god! I already noticed the big SP difference here.
Uh, this stage, we're now sitting at 200 BPM for your HR2.
So yeah, so this is gonna be the check for a lot of these HR players. So HR in notably just increases the SV, but when it comes to over 200, 210, 220, it becomes a different league altogether. And it's gonna be a check to how well can you perform in these high BPM maps.
Alright, lucky for these players though, the patterns are pretty repetitive until like the final TI around a minute and a half later.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough. But yeah, so usually HR2 tends to be the specialist type. Uh, in nature, a lot of these maps, HR1 HD1 tends to be the generalist, while the HR2 HD2 tends to be the specialist. So HR2 tends to be high SV, maybe a bit of higher OD. So yeah, you do notice that these notes tend to zoom by, and for those who played HR a long time, this might be easy, but for players like me who tend to spend more time in HD, this is probably near to impossible. Going in the chat, showing the secret tech to playing HR by changing
Yeah,
your by
just play in four
resolution to by
thirds.
4-3. Yeah, I've never done that in my life, but it sounds pretty cool.
More of a wide boxing or 21 by 9.
I just play native too. But yeah, so I did notice that most of the patterns are pretty simple. Nothing really difficult to hit, but apart
It
from
is
the
pretty fast. It is
Yeah,
pretty
apart
fast.
from the notes kind of zooming by like lasers, but the patterns themselves are pretty easy. And I believe that's gonna be everything. We're gonna head off to either DT or FM.
We're going DT.
DT now, all right?
Now we're going for our
So
fourth
it's a
custom.
Kish map though. Hello.
This one is really hard to keep your accuracy on. It's
Mm-hmm.
Haikai.
What's the original OD on this? Is this OD6 or
Oh, for this is on. I don't remember actually, but the DTOD on this, like the scale is like 7.9.
Mhm. So it's a little bit difficult. HR on that usually heads off by around I don't know, by 7.1, so it's a little bit more difficult than normal HR. And I do notice a lot of these more even patterns. So it's very awkward. Normally, a lot of these ranked maps tend to go by odd patterns in general. So even patterns tend to be pretty difficult to hit, but it's very dense as well. Can you ask me about can you run me by how long the map is? Is it a minute 30, 2 minutes?
It's more than 2 minutes. It's about two and a half for this DT one.
Mm-hmm.
And to add to that for the OD, it's actually on 5.2 DT OD.
Oh, it's 5.2. All right.
Yeah, it's 5.2. Very, very hard to act with the uneven patterning.
Yeah, for for the players who haven't exactly farmed or played a lot of DT, this is gonna be a pretty difficult map. But it is DT1, so it's not exactly the specialist type. So it's practicable. You can spend a few times to practice the patterns for this map and probably get a good accuracy. But the increased OD is gonna be a bit of a trouble, and I do see a lot of these finishers that come up at the end of streams as well. So that's something to look out for us. As Scar V2 is pretty unforgiving for those who don't who skip their finishers.
We're going on to my most favorite part of the map. More finishers.
Oh yeah. Ah, I love finishers. Ah, Migu. No, the replay guy has gotten the pretty rough accuracy.
Probably got distracted because of me.
I'm looking forward to the players beating the replay guy.
Alright.
All right, for the tourney people, if you've ever beat TT1 with less than 12 1x100, you're better than the replay guy. 80 DK players in shambles. But yeah, that's gonna be DT1. Are we gonna head off to DT2?
We're now, yep, DT2. This one's Hallozy Shining Stream. This one's a ranked map by Lur, if I remember.
Mm-hmm. What's your call on this? Like, uh, what's the reason why you put this on DT2?
This one's just slightly slower than last stage. It's a bit more
Mm-hmm.
denser. Your DT2 is usually like emphasizing more on density type speed rather than your like raw speed.
Aha, aha. But yeah, I did notice like it's probably a higher BPM as well. So it's gonna be a bit tougher when it comes to these. What's the OD on this? Is it 5.5?
Wait, let me check real quick.
On the base, I mean. I did see those 1-3 patterns coming in. But yeah, the patterns are pretty easy, but it is a little bit faster, a little bit more dense than DD1.
Alright. I got the OD. It's just sitting at 5 OD. It's not really.
Yeah, just 5. So it's not
just 5.
it's less difficult than than DT1. So, but for now, the density and the trouble is gonna be a bit more difficult than the rest. No, the chat's showing off on the replay display.
For a replay, it's pretty good still.
No, I kind of like the I kind of like the fun bit for the replay people. I love you, replay guy.
We're free
Spit
to
your facts indeed.
exactly.
I do see a lot of these relatively even patterns, but most of it is pretty consistent overall.
Yeah,
So they
they're just there to check.
so yeah, I would assume that it's a lot of these it's the faster BPM and relatively okay OD. So I would assume like a few of these players would actually pick a DD2 more. But yeah, Lightscape in the chat here kind of just showing as well that even though it's
And there's
singles, that there are certain patterns that come up in the 1-3, and for usually when you play Taiko in autopilot, 1-3s tend to just catch you off guard, and sometimes certain players that you're fighting against certain people, the smallest mistake can make or break the point. But for now, that's gonna be DT2. Are we heading off down to free mod now, or technically force mod, right?
yep, this is the first force mod. Uh, this one is
What is
this one
this?
I picked this is very evil. In my opinion, this is very evil. This is very biased. Okay. I'm just gonna say it here now,
The
and you can see why.
the 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 uh the map's names never give up, but the replay guys he gave up,
He
dude.
gave up for all things.
No.
Alright, for starters, you already see why this is very
Yeah,
biased.
I see those finishers on the end. So FM1 is currently well known to be the consistency map when it comes to free mod. But give me your thoughts why you chose this map for free mod.
It is pretty biased. This one is not friendly to your bongo players. This is more
Ooh, alright.
really since we're forcing the monster, it's better to balance it out
Yeah, I
with
don't
other
see a lot
force
of
mods.
I don't see a lot of slider velocity changes for the map, but I do see those finishers on the end of the streams. Normally, a lot of early new players tend to have a bit of difficulty hitting those patterns. But normally, when it comes to tournaments, those finishes at the end of and the end of like streams are usually what you'd expect. A lot of maps, especially NM1 and NM2, tend to have those finishes at the end of streams, and it just goes to check like how well can you perform, right?
Yep.
And I know I have like a bad history on this. I lost like a competitive match because of me skipping the finishes at the end of streams versus no, versus pretty good player.
It was like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was pretty long ago. So actually, I actually noticed that this map is probably like running around just barely 3 minutes as well.
Barely, not really barely, but it is like 2.5 as well.
Yeah, it's about 2.5. So it is pretty fast for a consistency map. So for the players that wish to practice this pretty, this is one of the few maps that you can actually practice pretty well, since the duration isn't that long. It stands on about 1,028 notes. Definitely less than NM1. So
Alright. Now, with that out of the way, time for Force Mod
good
2.
chat. NM2. So give me your thoughts on what's the difference between FM2 and FM3.
FM2 and FM3. Well, for starters, this does not have SP. It's
Mm-hmm.
very linear, but FM2 tests more on offbeats and even patterning. So
Mm-hmm.
there's like a difference for that in Force Mod 1. Since only on Force Mod 1, you only have to worry about your normal three triplets, five flips, and then for Force Mod 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of those. It's a little bit of tech, but yeah, I already noticed these even patterns are actually pretty awkward to hit. It's a bit more dense than FM1.
I really need to learn my communication skills. But like every time I start speaking too long, I lose breath, bruh.
Yeah. I get you on that.
Right.
Yeah, it's a matter of just adjusting as well. Plus, but yeah, look, I do notice that there's a lot of these like 1-3 patterns as well, and as an HD player, these are not easy. They seem catch some people off guard, so this might be an HR.
Nope, it's pretty even.
It's pretty even, really.
Yeah, it's pretty even.
Yeah, I don't play HR, so I can't say on my side.
Now we're going to the probably like the diff spike of the map. Not really like a diff spike, but it's more like the amount of even patternings on the last PI is like added to like tenfold. Like more than what you usually see on like the first half of the map. You yeah. And
Yeah,
this
a lot of
last
a lot of
section,
even. Yeah, I can say it's very dense to say the least. Oh, what is that pattern?
6 split.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Uh, Full out people in the tourney right now is kind of regretting playing this map now. But for now, FM2 is pretty rough. Very tolly map, by the way.
All right, for the next map. Any my players.
I get, dude. I say that, dude. Fucking a spacewalker, speeding and spitting facts right now. But for now, this is FM3, normally known as the anti-mod, right? When it comes to FM3.
Yep, FM3 is your everyday anti-mod. You're not allowed to put mods on this, yet you're forced to. It's either you force it, you live it, or
Or
you
not,
die.
right? So yeah, I already noticed that there are these massive SV changes, and these early HD different early HD slow SV is gonna be tough to hit. I already note that it's way denser than than FM2 already. Speed up coming in. This is probably like very fast when it comes to playing, and oh my god, the finishers.
This was really hard to mod, but
Yeah, I
just
can
need some
imagine.
practice.
So yeah, overall the map pools are gonna be pretty rough. I don't know which one to ban. Is it gonna be FM3, HD, HR2, FM3, FM2 maybe? But yeah, the BPM on this is actually pretty low, right?
Yeah, the BPM is sitting at 146.
146. Yeah, so
But it has a lot of
it's sitting at a
Okay,
point
noise
where
gate.
you can't really exactly full up it. But yeah, for the speed people, I think you guys can single tap this.
I mean, you can kind of single tap. If you double the BPM, it's at 292
Yeah.
BPM for the single tap.
Oh yeah. Also, we do notice that a bit of those 1-6 sections are kind of coming in as well. So for the people here we're gonna expect a bit of a 1-6 is coming in now. So the difficulty has definitely spiked up. So I think for now that's gonna be all of the showcase apart from
The
tiebreaker,
tiebreaker.
right?
The tiebreaker. This one is the
So we're
final
gonna
question.
have a Finby map. Is this a custom made for this
Yep.
match?
Yep. It's a custom.
So, all right, mad respects to Finby here. A little bit of a shout out to 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 my man, the gimmick god. Probably a pillar to a
Fall
lot of
guy.
these tournaments, actually. Fall guy.
Kudos to the fall guy for setting the map, for setting the replay on the map, and
Oh
making
my
the
god.
custom.
And making the map itself, yeah. So a bit of respects to Finby here, who's probably a really big pillar when it comes to a few of these tournaments. Both from making the maps and also hosting themselves. So for now, we're gonna see early on in this map, we're gonna see a lot of these like singles. But I did notice those early dance patterns, and as I say it, here we go, big dance sections.
Oh
I
no.
see 1-6s as well. So, what's your thoughts on this tiebreaker as well?
I was shocked. I don't know.
You were shocked.
I am I'm at a loss for words when I first saw the map. Like the raw map without the nerves. It was peak to me.
That's amazing.
Music to my ears.
So yeah, for actually a question for the players as well. Are you able to play mods in this map?
For this for the tiebreaker, you're on free mod. You can use map. You can use HD, HR, or AD, HD, HR.
All right.
No flashlight though. You're not allowed.
Yeah. So for the chat, for the people in the chat, just confirm it if it's true. But yeah, you would be able to run free mod on this, and the map itself seems pretty anti-mod. Our good friend Finby here seems to have planned ahead. A few finishers, a few 1-6 patterns. It seems to have a little bit of everything.
And the fact that this map is just 0.03 SR lower than your Nomad 2. It's still pretty hard though with the 1-6 and it's 5 minutes, man.
Question in the chat here is asking how long is the map, and I want to assume it's probably 4 minutes 20.
It's 5 minutes and 3 seconds.
It's
if I remember correctly.
5.
But that's the length of the tiebreaker.
I mean, all I know, usually tiebreakers kind of run around 4 minutes 30, 4 minutes 10, but 5 minutes is a bit of an endurance test.
Yeah, we're really ramping up the difficulty
Oh.
for this year.
No mercy for our players, huh?
Jump scare.
Oh, I see it.
Rollable pattern.
Actually, and yeah, even after that, we're still reaching out just from the last quarter as well. So there's still more to look at on this map.
I hate this part a lot on HD. I hate this part a lot on HD. It doesn't follow the beeps or like whatever it's called. It follows something else.
It follows it doesn't follow the actual natural rhythm of the map, but it follows the probably the actual notes. Oh, I see 1-6s. finisher spams, dense notes. Oh, it's just a cocktail of bad news.
Mono.
And also monos too. So yeah, if you ever guys reach up to tiebreaker, I think you guys gotta practice it for a little bit.
Those are
Yeah,
deceptive
Finby
one
in the
thirds.
chat. Finby in the chat tells you because it follows the piano in the background.
The piano.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
you
there. I did hear it, so yeah, it did follow it for a bit. But yeah, that's gonna be the last map for a bit. So for now, as we wait for the
results.
for the results and also the what do you call it? The bracket.
Yep.
Uh, can,
The bracket
tell
uplift.
me tell me your general ideas on how the top H is supposed to go. Like for what was your plan on choosing these maps specifically?
I re oh words. I'm running out of words. What's it called? My brain is not braining at the moment. But
Yeah, just
for for this
just tell me
stage,
what. Mm-hmm.
yeah, for this stage and then the remaining stages, we're gonna bump up the difficulty by a tad bit and
Mm-hmm.
more on the mechanics and the specialized mods.
Yeah,
So
I did
we're
notice
not
it as
really
well.
mixing. We're not really gonna mix any. We're not really as much as possible. We're not really gonna mix the other picks to like another pick. So it has to be like
Yeah.
very specialized. So
Yeah, it's oddly specific. Like you guys do note that the that certain mods and certain maps are kind of unique in its own way as well. But yeah, for now, I think we'll have to move on to our brackets. So we'll have to show which one's fighting who. So for the guys watching the VOD and for the people who are watching the stream right now. Uh-oh. Streamer problem right now, so we have to delay for a second as well.
guys,
Lightscape in the
guys,
chat saying that there's no Nanahira. Uh you know what? You might say it's sorry, but I'm glad that there's no Nanahira on this stage.
hater, damn hater.
She exists in every stage already, so it's great to have a top eight without not with no Nanahira. But yep, here we go. It actually kind of showed right now. So we're heading off on the top part. It's gonna be Cub versus
Wowie.
Wowie. Ooh, wait, I'm actually kind of hyped over this one.
Bro, I just went through the score posting. This guy streams like this guy hits speed streams like breakfast. This Wowie guy versus Cobb as well. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
well,
pretty
Wowie
close
performed
match.
really well. Wowie performed really well on his opponent. It was a little bit close, but Wowie showed off kind of sort of his display of skill here. So coming up on the bottom art here. So I'm not sure who SPA is. I'm sorry, I'm bad with
That's
abbreviation.
Spacewalker. That's
Oh,
Spacewalker
Spacewalker. I'm
versus
sorry,
Patel.
Spacewalker in the chat. My bad. But you're fighting a demon.
Very hard player to win against. Next one, Astric
I
versus
love
her
my
Afrodome.
I love Crucial. All my homies love Crucial.
And then I believe that one is Tycor and Siny for the
Syntoxical.
last one in the winners bracket. Now we have for the
Yep.
losers bracket, we have Fan and
And
Maltrium,
and
aka
yep,
Asakazato.
Asakazato.
We have Kancho and You One of the Dead.
You
Yeah,
know
Cornetissimo,
Cornetissimo. Dude,
Cornetissimo and
my
Explosive.
respects for Cornetissimo fucking grew up after the previous match. So looking forward to
Swear
the
jar, swear jar. May ano po tayo,
no
may rule po tayo. Kung
no
sino mag-swear, may utang na isang month ng subscription sa Usul PH.
It's over.
No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Now this
But yeah,
one, the last one is Kotaro
or
versus
versus
Fire V Ice.
Fire
Is it
Vice.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
or
So
or Farmer Brown. It's
Farmer
very
Brown actually.
upsetting.
So Kotaro unfortunately did lose by default. So, but Kotaro is kind of well known to be a mainstay. She did reach
Second place.
top second place for consistently on a few maps. So she's not exactly a person you can look down to. So
Second place in Nationals 2022 is very intimidating.
with any with due respects, if she was able to perform, she's able to actually participate in the matches, she's gonna be a bit of a menace. But to say the least, she's at home in the losers bracket. She always performs very well on losers here. So to say the least, all of these players down in loser brackets, albeit expected, but they're gonna be pretty exciting to watch. I kind of want to see some close matches for our top eight.
All right. Well, I think that's everything.
But yeah,
Or
yeah, exactly.
do we have to roll out the results as well?
I don't think the results for now. For the people who for the competitors and also the spectators, you guys are able to check out the results down in the Google Drive, down in the chat and also in the Discord channel.
In the
But
sheet.
for now, yeah, I think we'll have to end the stream pretty early. So I hope you guys enjoyed the
The
whole top
showcase.
eight showcase. I think it's a little bit scary, but my hopes here are gonna be my hopes are for the players here to perform very well. I want to see some full combos and some high accuracies. For now, we'll have to say goodbye. This is me, Sneeze, and Kish.
Yep. See you guys next week for the matches and good luck on practicing. Good
Good
night.
luck on
Good morning.
practicing.